Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be how to undo the mistakes when you first start dating a girl and you made the mistake of always being available 24/7. No matter what time of the day she texts you or calls you, you call her back right away or you text her right away and you're like at her beck and call. Now what happens is when you do this with a woman, you basically communicate to her that you've got nothing going on in your life and you're probably not very successful with other women and that you basically don't have anything going on. And what happens is if you get busy, they tend to get pissed off because what happens is all of a sudden you're texting them constantly and now you're too easy to available. And here's the deal. The phone is for setting appointments. It's not for sitting there sending 400 fucking texts back and forth during the week. You should simply make a date with the phone, either through texting or calling her, and then get off the phone and say, I'll see you then. Make definite plans and get off the phone. Because when you text a woman constantly, what will end up happening is you'll end up having a phone ship or a texting relationship with her, and you'll never spend any time together physically in person. I got one of my family members who does this all the time with the girl that he's dating. I'm constantly saying, make a fucking date with that girl. Stop texting her. And he wonders why he only sees her once a week, but it's like all day long he's texting her, and all night long he's texting her. He'll stop, if he's watching TV at night, he'll pause the program and sit there and text her back and forth a couple of times, and then he'll go watch the program some more, and then he'll pause it, and then he'll text back and forth. But yet she never seems to find the time to spend with him because she's just so busy. And he wonders why she's broken up with him 3 times. It's not a good way to go. And a guy who's successful with women is usually going to be busy and have stuff going on in his life, whether he's working out or he's taking care of himself. And this particular family member of mine, he doesn't work out. He's not taking care of himself anymore. He's just basically sitting around because he's semi-retired, waiting her to text him and interact with him. And he wonders why she's constantly jerking him around. Because when you're too easy and you're too available like that, you're not a challenge. And when she asks him to do something, he's all too happy to go and be your butler and her manservant and solve all of her 15 fucking personal problems and life problems and financial problems and everything else that she's got going on in her life. And it's just a bad way to go. When you do those kinds of things, you're just simply setting yourself up to get totally jerked around. So I've got an email here from a guy that's in that situation with a girl. He says, Corey, I got 3 short questions for you. The first is, do you have an audio version of your book available for download? No, I don't, but I am in the process of working on the 2nd edition for my book, and I will eventually, at some point in time, do an audio version, but I'd say it's probably 6 months to a year away before I do it. He says, my second question is, how do you transition into only using your phone to set a date when you've talked to a girl on the phone a lot? I've tried this the past 2 weeks, but she keeps saying I'm acting odd because I don't want to talk to her 24/7. And all you got to say to her is just basically, yeah, I'm just really slammed with work, or I'm really busy with school, or I've just been really busy lately. I really want to talk to you. When are you free to get together for a date? And set a definite date and then say, great. Tell them, it's just like, I really want to talk to you, and I want you to tell me all about it when we go to dinner next Friday night, or I want you to tell me all about it when we have dinner on Thursday night or Tuesday night, or whatever it happens to be, because you basically have trained this woman that you're going to be available 24/7 at her beck and call, and it's not a good way to go. It's a good way to get yourself stuck in friend zone, just like my family member keeps doing. He doesn't fucking listen to me. He's hard-headed. And he wonders why she's dumped him 3 times now, giving him the let's just be friends speech. But he doesn't change his approach, and eventually she's going to dump him for good, or she's going to move away, or something's going to happen. He says, is this a bad thing, or is she just wondering what I'm doing that's important? Well, it's obviously because you changed your behavior because you were available 24/7, and I'm wondering, do you have a job? Do you work? I mean, do you have a career? Do you have a business? Do you have a purpose in life other than sitting around answering this chick's phone calls? I mean, if you're working during the day, I know most employers, I know if somebody was working for me and I was paying them, I'd be getting really irritated if they're constantly stopping what they're doing to text somebody that they're dating. So men who are successful are busy, and they treat all women the same, meaning they use the phone to make definite dates. And that way, because if you're constantly texting and calling a girl, when you get together, you're not going to have anything to talk about. And that's part of the problem that this family member of mine is. It's like, why would she want to see him when she talks to him all day long? I mean, the only way you can raise a woman's level of attraction for you is in person. You can't do it over the phone. You can't do it over texting because you can't read their body language or their physiology. It's just a bad fucking way to go. And if you're dating other women, like I think he says he's doing here, he says, my last question is, how do I go about dating other women when I like one more? I kind of screwed up being too shy in the beginning with one girl and she's opening up more, but I don't want to waste my time on the one if nothing is going to happen. I also don't want to date around and make her think I'm a player or that she's not special. You don't have to tell her who you're going out with. At the end of the day, it's none of her business. And you don't want to talk about all the other girls that you're dating or hooking up with because it's none of her fucking business. The idea is that you're just simply busy, and if she texts you after 6 o'clock, you should be on a date with somebody else, or you should be out with your buddies meeting new women. You just simply text her back the next morning, hey, I got your text, but I was out with friends. What's up? And she'll say, oh, I was just thinking about, hey, great, I was thinking about you too. When are you free? I want to get together again, question mark. Send that, make the definite date, get the fuck off the phone. Stop texting and calling women incessantly because all you're going to do is get stuck in friend zone and you're going to be burning up your cell phone minutes and time, and you're not going to be spending very much time with the girl. And the idea is that in order to seduce a woman, you have to get closer and closer to her until eventually you end up inside of her. And you can't do that if you're constantly talking to her electronically. Something to think about. So if you have a question you want to ask me or there's a topic you want me to cover in a future video newsletter, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which is going to be on the left-hand side of your screen. Send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max detailing your questions, your situation, your challenges. And you just got to give me several days to get back to you with a response because I get a lot of email from the internet, and I also get a lot of it from my paying phone coaching customers. And I obviously got to focus on their emails first. But be patient, and I will get back to you. And if you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. And you can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab, which is going to be at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. If you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook, on my website, underneath the email sign-up box is another box that has a link that will take you to the Amazon Kindle download page for my book. You don't have to have a Kindle device to read my ebook. All you have to do is on the download page on the right-hand side, there's a button, and once you click that, it'll open up a window where you can download one of their free e-reader apps for your Android smartphone, your Android tablet, your iPhone, your iPad, your Mac, or your PC. It only takes a matter of seconds to download and install the app, and after that, it only takes a few more seconds to complete the purchase of my book. You'll be reading it in no time. And I will talk to you soon.